Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the Indian classical music, Hindustani and Carnatic music, various styles of Hindustani music, basic text of Carnatic music, Trimurti of Carnatic poetry and music, components of Carnatic music, and about the festivals of different states, and lastly about the martial arts. In this video, I am going to discuss about the folk music, handicraft, theatre of different states and Indian philosophy. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the first topic, which is folk music. Folk music is the music that originates in the traditional popular culture or that is written in such a style. Folk music is typically of unknown authorship and transmitted orally from generation to generation. Now let us discuss about the different states and their folk music. Lavani, it is of Maharashtra, Mand, Rajasthan, Dandiya and Ras of Gujarat, Povada is from Maharashtra, Kongjam Parv is from Manipur, Bhagavad Gita is for Karnataka and Maharashtra, Kola Nalu or Kolattam is for Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Mando for Goa, Sohar for Bihar, Tikir Assam, Jinja is for Arunachal Pradesh, Niyog Arunachal Pradesh, Helimindu Nagaland, Nulu Nagaland, Hekiliu Nagaland and Heriliu also for Nagaland. Dolu Kunita for Karnataka, Nat Upasara Patu is for Tamil Nadu, Viragaze for Karnataka, Bhuta Song Kerala, Chakri Kashmir, Sukan Kebiya is for Bihar, Vilupatu Tamil Nadu, Lai Haruba Festival for Manipur, Saikuti Jai Mizoram, Basant Geet Garhwal and Uttarakhand, Dadi for Punjab, Mangariyans for North West India and Pala and Dash Kathia is for Odisha. Now let us discuss about the handicraft. There are basically three types of handicraft. First is the metal craft, second is the leather and the third is the thread. Now let us discuss these one by one. Metal craft. It is also known as Marodi craft, utensil, statue or any handicraft made of metal. If we use bronze and petal and if suppose we are decorating while making holes or engraving style, this is known as nakkasi. It is if it is scratched and filled with some other metal wire, it is known as tarkashi. The other metal is copper or brass. When suppose we are having petal from outside and inside it is coated with aluminium, that is called as koftgiri. Next we are having leather craft. It is also known as mozari. Here we are making leather footwear famous in Jaipur and Jodhpur. An important dimension of Murari is Manoti art or Uska art. It is used of camel skin to decorate the shoes. Another famous center is Kanpur where they are making the bags. Maharashtra, they are having the Kolhapuri chappal. Punjabi, they are having a jutti made of leather. Chennai and Kolkata is famous for leather bags and footwear. Next, we are having the thread work. Gota and Jari. Gota is for Rajasthan and Jari is for Khandela and Jaipur. They both use the gold and silver thread to use to decorate the cloth. The same technique used to make Banarsi sari also. Next is Karchobi, which is famous in Rajasthan. Here they are sewing flat stitches on the cotton stuffing to create a raised jari-like metallic thread pattern. Next is chikankari. We all known as chicken embroidery also from Lucknow. Now they are using the different threads used to make beautiful pattern on the fabric. Next is Chamba Rumal. It is a kind of handkerchief. Influenced by Chamba Pahadi painting, delicately embroidered in shades of green, yellow and ochre with threads with themes of Krishna tales. commonly used as a gift, and it is famous in Himachal Pradesh. Next is Shisha, Kutch, Gujarat. They are using tiny pieces of mirrors and they are stitching it on the fabric. Especially they are using while playing the dandiya. Next is Kanthas. It is famous in West Bengal and Odisha. There they are using several layers of old clothes. They stitch them together and embroidery it. It is like a carpet. Next is Fanik. It is the traditional shawl of Manipur. Delicate Muga silk thread embroidery. Next is Kasuti, which is famous in Karnataka. Here, the beautiful geometrical motifs created in cross stitch. These are handmade and possible belong to Chalukya era. Next is Kashida, which is famous in Kashmir. It is the fine workmanship done on Kashmiri shawl. Next is Banaras brocade. Here the silver and golden jari work on the sari, like in the Banarsi sari. It will take floral motifs and silk saris are used, and it takes around 2 to 8 weeks to make them. Next is Himru shawl. It is made in Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Material used for royal dresses and shawls. Next is Royal Maheshwari saris, famous in Madhya Pradesh, uses mixture of cotton and silk yarns, embellished, embellished with golden jari work, famous for their reversible borders that can be worn either side. Sujni Kadhai is from Bihar. Next is Jamdari Sari. It is famous in Andhra Pradesh. Now let us discuss about the theatre. There are different theatres. First is Bhavai, which is famous in Rajasthan and Gujarat. It is combination of many stories along with dance and drama, which is also known as swang. These are very devotional and emotional presentation of story. It has acrobatic performance. Next one is Nautanki. It is theatre of Uttar Pradesh. It is described in Abul Fazl's Aine Akbari. There are some important centers which are Hathras, Lucknow and Kanpur. A musical instrument is used in this and this is known as Nagada. Ras Leela, theatre from Uttar Pradesh again, associated with Krishna, Radha and Gopis. There they are also performing the pranks of Krishna with the help of flute for the music. Krishna was having Sudarshan Chakra also. So we can say Krishna was having the soft as well as the hard side. Next one is Bhand Pather, famous theatre of Kashmir, basically played during the harvesting season, performed by the peasant community. Dance, drama, acting, everything is included in this. Swang, which is famous in Punjab and Haryana. March, it is famous theatre of Madhya Pradesh, and there are three different parts of March. These are Bol, Vanag, and Rangat. Bol means dialogue, Vanag is the rhyme, and the Rangat is the tune, mainly in the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. Ankiya Nat, it is having the language which is Asami plus Maithili, which is known as Brajboli. This is associated with Vaishnavism, performed by the Vaishnav Sant known as Bhogot, which means Bhagat. Next is Dasavatar. It is famous in Goa, in Konkan region, based on incarnation of Vishnu. Costumes and masks are used to differentiate in between different incarnation. Krishnattam. It is the folk theatre of Kerala related to the pranks of Krishna. Yakshagan. It is the theatre of Karnataka and it's popular during the Vijayanagar Empire. The theme of story is epic of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Therukutu. It is a theatre of Tamil Nadu. It is a street play for better crop. They please the god of rain with music played with harmonium. God of rain is Mariamman. Kudiyattam. It is a Sanskrit theatre of Kerala. Here they are using the glove puppetry. Pavakuttu is associated with it. It was elite theatre. There was no music and dance. That's why it was declined very. Vilupattu, Theatre of Tamil Nadu. This is with the help of bow. They are playing the Ramayana story. Last one is Mudiyettu. It is from Kerala. They are celebrating the goddess Bhadrakali war with Dharika. Here they victory among by the good over evil. We are proceeding further with the Indian philosophy. There are 6 philosophies. These are Sankhya, Vaisheshik, Yoga, Nyaya, Mimamsa or Vedanta. The Mimamsa is also known as Purva Mimamsa and the Vedanta is also known as Uttar Mimamsa. Now we are going to discuss about each one by one. The first one is Sankhya. It is written by Kapil Muni. Principle is Astika philosophy. Astic philosophy means accept the authority of Vedas. There is the Charvakism, which is Gnostic, rejected the authority of Vedas. There is no life after the life, means no reincarnation. Death is the end of life. Heaven and hell is present in the life itself. Now, but we are going to, which was very different from the Sankhya. So basically Sankhya is there they are saying God is not the creator of world. Creation of world more to Prakriti or nature than the God. When the nature is combining with Purush, which is a spirit or soul, then the creation happens. And the Jiva binds the Purush to Prakriti. That's how the world is created. That's why it is known as philosophy. Purush distinct from Prakriti. Salvation is achieved through the acquisition of real knowledge, through Pratyaksh, which means perception, inference means Anuman, and hearing means Sabda. So it is a Gyan Marg, very closely related to Jainism. The next one is the Yoga. Yoga is a combination of mind and soul. The founder of yoga is Hiranyagarbha and later systemized by Patanjali. It is also dualistic philosophy, Purush distinct from Prakriti. Salvation through the medication and physical application through the pranayama and concentration. It teaches to control over the sensory pleasure, very close to Buddhist. And similarity to Buddhist is that the path is contemplation and concentration. Next one is the Nyaya. Founder of Nyaya is Gautam Muni. It is also a Gyan Marg. Nyaya means logic, not the justice. Problem is the wrong knowledge. Humans are suffering due to the actions performed under wrong knowledge. That's why people should attain knowledge. They should be Nyayapurna. Salvation is through the acquisition of knowledge through perception, inference, comparison, and testimony. So they remove to one, and that is the hearing, which means Shabd. These are known as logical knowledge. They emphasis on logic for attaining knowledge. Similarity to Buddhist path is the doctrine of karma. Next one is the Vaisheshik. The founder is Kanad, school of atomism and pluralism. There is only one thing exists, and that is Prakriti. It is the constituted with cosmic elements like earth, water, fire, air, and sky. Consciousness comes from the Brahma, God, which is a God particle. If it is related to non dualism, matter is made up of atom and there is no concept of soul. Here they are saying that suffering is due to delusion or ignorance. So the salvation is through the knowledge attained through pratyaksha and anuman. Next, I am going to discuss about the Mimamsa, which is also known as Purva Mimamsa. It is propagated by Jamin. It is ritual philosophy. Vedas are infallible. There is no need to change them. So, to interpret and establish the authority of Vedas, the emphasis on reasoning and interpretation, justification for various Vedic rituals. Attainment of salvation through performance of Vedic rituals. So, we can say they were totally orthodox. Vedic rituals are known in this as the dharma, and that was the merit, and it was the path to heaven. Now, the Brahmana attempts to maintain their ritual authority and preserve the social hierarchy. Last one is Vedanta, which is known as Uttar Mimamsa also. Here, the refutes the ritual centric philosophy of Purva Mimamsa. They are having Ved, Brahmanas, Aranyak, and Upanishad. And Upanishad is the end of Vedanta. There are many modern philosophers of Vedanta, such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati, and Vivekananda. In the past, they were having Vadrayan, Sankaracharya, and Ramanujacharya. They were also the commentators of Vedanta. This Vedanta emphasizes on philosophy of Veda, Upanishad. Vedanta is for meditation, self-discipline, and spiritual connectivity. They attain salvation through realization of Brahma, which means the absolute truth. Later, commentary on Vedanta was done by Sankaracharya in 9th century, which is Advaita Vedanta by Ramanujacharya in 12th century, which was Vishishtavad Vedanta, and the last is the doctrine of karma, present birth events determined by the action of previous birth. By this, I am ending my video. If you find my video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.